Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video and the mini set cards. Well, the reveals keep on coming. We're going to cover the last of the neutral cards, and there'll be 2 more classes revealed later today. We'll have 1 more review to cover, so stay tuned. And if you want to win these cards, we have our giveaway going on. All you have to do is check the link in the description below. It's this video right here. You can see it, and all that. Comment on it, like on it, subscribe to the channel. We hit 63,000 subs, so thank you guys so much for that. I'm giving away 4 mini sets. If we somehow hit 64K by next week, I'll add another mini set. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So the neutral cards have been revealed over on the Play Hearthstone Twitter, and we have one of the most, again, the legendaries are so ridiculous. Thaddius is back, but there's some other cards to go with it. So starting off, we have the Lost Exarch, a 4 mana 5/4 undead, so another undead to the pool of the Scourge. You discover an undead, all that good stuff, and it's got a death rattle, so death rattle synergies and all of that. You spend all of your mana. So this is a weird one. Spend all of your mana, summon that many 2/2 zombies with Rush. How does this work when it dies on your opponent's turn? Does it consume your mana for the next turn? I actually have no idea how this will work, because let's say you play this on 4 mana, your opponent goes and it's turn 5, and well, I guess it shows, if you're familiar with how it looks, it'll show your mana crystals as empty and they don't refresh until it's your next turn. So I'm assuming, my assumption is it will do nothing unless you have those spent on those mana unspent. They kill it, it'll consume those crystals, it'll refresh the next turn. So if you float mana, I'm assuming there's a benefit to this card, and then if you play it and like you trade it off at some point, it can use all your mana. It's a really weird card, really weird. It doesn't have taunt, it doesn't have rush, but it can, in theory, let's say it's the only minion on the board and you have 7 mana get consumed, you get 7 2/2s for 4 mana, and I guess 7 mana. Really weird card, really weird card. I have no idea if it's that good. It could be a downside with the way it consumes your mana. No idea. I'm assuming if your board is full, it won't, consume the mana, spending all of it, right? Because it summons that many. Or it does just say spend all your mana. It's quite possible you could get screwed by this in some interaction. I have no idea how to evaluate this one. It's a really weird one. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild, but this one is really out there. It's totally, it could be really good, it could be busted, I don't know. It is a really bizarre, interestingly designed card, and yeah, the 2/2 zombies come out with Rush, and they should give you corpses if you are a Death Knight, right? They're not risen, so there is that. Then we have our new legendary here, Thaddius, Monstrosity, another new undead. It is a 10 mana 11/11. This might be the very first ever 10 mana 11/11. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. However, it has taunt, so a 10 mana 11/11 taunt, terrible. Let's be real, that'd be terrible. However, your odd cost cards cost 1. And then it says swaps polarity each turn. So I guess while it's in your hand, it's similar to that like refresh Naga card, but regardless, it'll switch between odd and even. So you can play this, and then you can play, let's say your even cost cards cost 1, you can like innervate something out. If you're Druid, you have 20 mana anyways. This is going to be probably busted because it's Druid and can combo off with something absurd. So yeah, look out for Druid. You can look at Death Knight. They have the Ice Horn, you can refresh 2 mana crystals. That can be relevant. And also, I guess Druid has like Razor Fen, like that 2/2 that makes your taunts cost 2 less. There are ways of cheating this out. And then you can go off with whatever, but you have to time it with what you're trying to get out. And then, if it sticks around, well, if it sticks around, it's probably going to kill your opponents at 11/11. But yeah, I see combo shenanigans. I see guff, it's always guff shenanigans. I have no idea, again, how to evaluate this card because it's so out there. But compared to the other neutral legendary, the Horseman that I can only see maybe working in like Shaman with like the other side or whatever, that 10-minute spell. And in Wild, there's possibilities like Xerx's Clothing Gallery, Flark's Boomzuka. This card, I'm going to give a 3 out of 5 in Standard and Wild. It's abusable. I don't know if it's broken, but this card can certainly be abused. And again, when you can get to 20 mana with Guff, any card like this is really scary. Duff will be rotating to Wild in April, so there's only so long of that, but look out for Thaddius. He is the monstrosity, and that effect could be really scary, but at least it's not cost 0. At least they refrain from that because, well, then you can play Thaddius and a bunch of other stuff, even with 10 mana. So yeah, I think it's a playable card, and it looks, absolutely like a monstrosity. Next, we have a mistake. This card a mistake. 1 mana, 1/3. It's an amalgam. This is the cheapest amalgam we have ever seen. The prior cheapest is the 2 mana, 2/3 that discovers a tribe, right? The one that's currently in standard. This is just purely a 1 mana, 1/3. It counts as a beast. It counts as an undead. I see Death Knight running this to activate undead synergies. It's a decent 1-drop. It's a 1/3. It doesn't do anything more than that. It gets eaten by every crab in the game, every tech card in the game, but it'll see play. The 1 mana, 1/3s have almost always seen play to an extent, and when it hits every single tribe, some class out there is going to want to utilize that. And just like, yeah, off the top of my head, Deathlight with Undead feels great. Hunter as a beast, Druid as a beast, or an Undead. All those are very relevant. I guess Murloc Shaman, you could think of it like that. Really solid card. I will give it a 4 to 5 in Standard and Wild, not because it's like super powerful or anything, but because this is like a slot into a ton of different decks. It's an actual mini set epic that's playable. Those have been rare, so let's go with that. And yeah, I think this card is definitely playable. And I think we have one more here, Dark Fallen Shadow. They're using multiple 3 keywords on this. It is a 3 mana 3/3 undead. So again, we have another undead. You know, it is the March of the Lich King mini set after all. And it's got Mana Thirst 6. So it's got Rush, Mana Thirst 6, Gain Reborn. So it's a 3/3. 3 mana 3/3 with Rush that then becomes a 3/1. Very similar to the Rush minion that Warrior used to have. It was a 4 mana 3/2 Reborn Rush, and that was a really good card, but you could play it on turn 4 or play it on turn 3 with the coin, or if you discount it with your Rush Studies card, that would work as well. But regardless, it's not that good because the Mana Thirst has to be active, and Mana Thirst has shown to be a relatively weak mechanic unless the card is really good on its own, and we know historically a 3 mana 3/3 Rush, really mediocre, very mediocre. You'd rather be like a 4/2 if anything, and I see this as a good arena card, and that's about it. I don't see this being a ladder card in any form. Maybe discover it as a decent option with your amalgam or whatever, effect you have to discover cards, but I don't think you're playing this in your deck. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard Wild. Really solid arena card. I will go with that. And there you go. That is all the neutrals. All the cards that are left to be revealed for the rest of the reveal season are class cards. We'll have one more review in a couple of hours, so stay tuned for that. Enter the giveaway if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.